Hey Meg, I'm going to show you how to build these pages for the locations. um, the video, I'll put this on YouTube and I'll leave it there because you may need to refer to this back and forth fairly often because it's a fairly, I'm going to say, involved process. So the first thing we want to do, let's say we want to build a location site for Chicago, Illinois. We go to Online Store, we go to Pages, and once we are there, we're going to add a page. And we'll call it Chicago. Oops. And I need to choose the page template for this, and I'm going to choose page locations because that's a specific template that is built to show the various elements of this this locations page. So I'm going to save it. Now if I go and look at it, what you'll see is the basic page. So these are the basic elements. And so this is kind of the default background, and I can change that out depending on what you want. That's going to be across to all pages, as well as this. That'll be across to all pages. And the background that's down here. Those are not really customizable. I can change those out depending on what you want ultimately, but there's no reason to have an individual header image for every single individual page because I think Fresh and Lean just does one. So anyway, that's what it looks like without any of the content filled in. So now I'm going to come over here after I created it, and I'm going to come to More Actions, and I'm going to come down to Add Meta Fields to Page, and this is where the magic is going to happen, because that will then take you to the page where you'll start to fill in the blanks that are going to appear for this particular location. So I'm going to just use Chicago here, Chicago, and I'm going to save it for now. And when I do that, you'll notice if I refresh, it's going to start filling in places where I added that word Chicago, Chicago meal delivery, Chicago meal prep delivery. So now it's beginning to populate the fields. So the first thing we're going to do is add the paragraph that goes here, Chicago meal delivery. And for now, I'm just going to fill in some basic lorem ipsum stuff. Alright, so this is that. Save it. And I'll come out and I'll take a look at it. Alright, got that. Now we are going to want to, and I think something's not right about that. I'm going to have to go take a look at that. Okay, so that's first section, top paragraph. Now we've got a left and a right. If we go to Loveland, Ohio, for example, Pages Loveland. Yeah, you'll see, that was right. You'll see you've got your top paragraph, you've got your left, your right, and your image, just like Fresh and Lean. And then you've got down here, you've got that, plus the left and the right. So we're going to do a left. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. If you'll notice, let's go back to Chicago. Well, no, never mind. Let's just put these in here for now. The left and then the right. And I'm going to save. Now, you'll notice that there are no headers here. If we go to Fresh and Lean, let's go to locations Richmond. We've got these headers. So we're going to put those in here, and here's how you do this. This is where it gets, this is the only place where it gets a little bit tricky. See this left-right caret? You're going to click that, and you're going to come over to the code. And what we want to do is we want to add an H4 tag. So this is left header, and we want to close that H4. Now if you really want to make it easy on yourself, copy this or just copy this and stick it in a notepad file and save it for later. Because the problem is you've got to come over to the code section here. So essentially you want an H4 tag and then a paragraph, H4 tag and a paragraph. And that will end up looking like this, and if we save it, that will end up looking much better over here. We've got left header. Now we're going to do that same thing over on the right. Going to come to the code, going to add that in, right header, put that over here, right header, boom, save. Alright. Now if we go back and look, we've got some nicely laid out headers for the content on the left, similar to this. Now we need an image. So I would recommend finding an image that lays out like this. You've got a fairly decent, I'm going to say portrait plus image that's going to go over here, and whether you want to use the same one, that's fine. If we just come to upload image, I'm going to go to your website, Mama Says, and I'm going to reuse this image here, which is laid out in a pretty portrait plus size. I'm going to save that. And then we'll come out and we'll refresh it. And again, you can use a different image for every page here if you want to do that. But now we're starting to see kind of the thing take shape. Now we just have this last little section down here. And again, that's the same exact thing. We've got a section, we got a left and a right, basically. So, oops. Here, let's just kind of grab one of these. And again, you're going to want to use an H4. H4, this is the lower section title. And I'm going to copy all that, and I'm going to stick it down here as well. And then we'll save it. And once that's saved, that will build out this bottom section here. Whoop. Why didn't it do that? Perhaps it didn't save. Okay. That's weird. What I did was I clicked this Save Changes instead of this. For some reason, this wasn't writing into the database. So you can add, another paragraph to the left. You can add another paragraph to the right. So basically now, and once you begin to expand with the text, you'll see the picture on the outside starting to take shape as well. So, all right, now it will take a while. I can help you build these, or if you want to build them, if you want me to help, I'll just need the content that you'll need for each of these individual pages, because I've noticed I went through this and each one of these is different. It would be great if they were all the same, but when they're talking about stuff like this, that's, you know, unique to Richmond, and stuff like this, that's unique to Richmond, it's obvious that they've customized each one of these pages. And then we're also going to need to have a, you know, once these are all built out, we're going to have the locations, the main page that basically is just a list. This will be real easy to build. It's just a series of, you know, columns that have the city names. But building the individual pages is going to take some. It's going to take some time. So take a look. Let me know if you'd like me to help you build those, or if you have any questions on how to do that. It's just a lot of filling in the blanks. So we'll talk to you soon.